Yeah, when you're ready, my brother. Your mic muted.
Good afternoon to everyone out in the virtual space who are following us on YouTube, Facebook. We are happy to have you following us this afternoon. And this afternoon, we're here to present the weather update on Whispering Hope. And here to do the presentation is your meteorologist, Mr. Lenard Josiah. Mr. Josiah, what's happening?
Well, good afternoon to you, my brother. Good afternoon to our listening and viewing public. And definitely, we continue to do this every single afternoon, albeit Fridays and the weekends. But as much as we possibly can, bring you weather updates concerning the tropics at this time, where we continue to monitor Tropical Storm Josephine. Josephine was located roughly at about 865 miles east-southeast of the Leeward Islands, moving towards the west-northwest near 16 miles per hour. Maximum sustained winds are just about 45 miles per hour. It has not gotten itself wrapped up during the course of today. Here, as you could see on the screen, is where Tropical Storm Josephine was located at 5 p.m. this afternoon, continues to move towards the west-northwest near just about 16 miles per hour. Well, here is the cloudiness associated with Tropical Storm Josephine. You can see that it's not necessarily all that to talk about in the context of a tropical system, because of the fact that you would realize that even though it has a broad circulation, you would realize that it's not necessarily broad and organized and in this context. So here's the cloudiness associated. Josephine is out here, and here's Antigua and Barbuda. We are located in this general location. Josephine continues to have what we call a disheveled look on satellite imagery. Not enough to talk about with respect to organization. The environmental conditions continue to be only marginal for storm developments, even though you have light wind shear, etc. Well, the next couple of hours, or then over the next few hours into Saturday, is forecast to continue to move towards the west-northwest in this general heading, and most of the bad weather is forecast, as you can see, even though the center is someplace in this general location, you can see that most of the cloudiness and the showers are located north of the center, meaning in this general location. You could understand that as it moves towards this particular area, and the center moves out into this general location, we are anticipating that most of the bad weather will remain offshore towards the Eastern Caribbean. And in this general location down here, hardly any wind, hardly any clouds to talk about. It might not even be a rainmaker, but nonetheless, we are anticipating that possibly as it moves on by, that some of these cloudiness and the showers down here in the south can come across us and bring some much welcome showers. As it stands right now, is forecast to pass northeast of the island chain. There are no watches or warnings for us to talk about as it stands right now, because it is a significant way out there and is not expected to impact the Eastern Caribbean. So as it stands right now, there's no action that is asked of the residents of Antigua and Barbuda and the rest of the Leeward Islands, other than for us to continually monitor the system, because if it was supposed to take a track that is closer to the areas such as this, then we can be in a more sticker bother. But for right now, the more likely path is for it to be tracking this way, and it is expected to pass to the northeast of the Antigua and Barbuda. And as it passes towards the northeastern parts of the area, then we should be generally in the clear. But we're hoping for some rain, my brother. Let's see if it does so.
Well, the rain we can welcome, and news we can welcome that it's steering a little north from us. And so we do not have to worry about the destruction that the winds may cause, even though it's just about, maybe would get about to about 60, 65 about with bust. It's going away from us, and that's good news. I am sure people are smiling as they hear that you are saying that this afternoon. Persons are wondering if they're going into a weekend where they will have to be all indoors or cleaning up some mess.
I do understand. I have just placed the I've just placed the forecast track on screen for everybody to see that Antigua and Barbuda, we are located. Let me just see if I can highlight that. And by the way, I'm outside right now talking to you, and the rain is coming, and I'm so happy that I'm getting some good showers right now. Antigua and Barbuda, we are located in this general location right down here. And you can see that the storm is forecast to pass to the north of the area. And as it passes to the north of the area, remembering that the storm, even if it holds itself together, because in this general location right here, the atmosphere is not necessarily healthy, and as such, it can begin what we call a weakening trend. So as it passes towards the northeast, the anticipation is for it to lose some punch, and more so that the winds will blow majority of the clouds to the northeast of us and leave the southern area void of significant clouds and the showers. So that's why I'm saying that even though we are monitoring the storm, we do not want to be necessarily too specific at this time, because there's so much that can take place with the dynamics and the orientation and the size and the eventual path of this particular feature that could basically restrict what weather conditions that we'll have here. But we continue to monitor it for signs of any change and bring those changes to the general public should they materialize.
Definitely, most definitely. So again, we want to thank you this afternoon for coming by, stopping by virtually and bringing to us our weather update. We really appreciate the sacrifice you make. God bless you and have a wonderful evening.
And same to you too. God bless you, my brother.